In this section, we are going to have a look at the group by functionality. It allows user to run a function after dividing the data into groups. So for example, say we want to get the mean, but not on the entire column, but after dividing the column into bachelor degrees. So let's run it to see the output and have a better understanding. So you will see this time mean is calculated for age, cat score and height, but not on the entire data, but after grouping the data by bachelor degree. So for example, the average age of students who had done BCom is 25.2. Similarly, we can see all other degrees and their respective values. If we don't want to see all the columns, then we can give whichever specific column we want to run the function on. For example, if we just want to run it on cat score, then we can provide the value cat score and then we will say dot mean. In this case, data will still be grouped into degrees, but we will just get the output on cat score. So age and height will not get included. So now you will see the data is presented for a group by bachelor degree and the mean is calculated for cat score. Okay, now let's have a quick check to see how much we have understood. See, rather than calculating the mean or the average of students by degrees, we want to see what was the maximum score within each degree. So if we want to divide the data into degrees again, the groups will be created by degrees again. What is the maximum score for each degree? How to do it? Very simple. Rather than using mean, we will use maximum. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll say student dot group by and say bachelor degree, and then we will, rather than using mean, we'll use the max. So let's have a look. So we'll say student dot group by and then bachelor degree and the same cat score we want to see, and then rather than using mean, we'll use the max. So it says BCom maximum cat score was 99.5 and say likewise for all others, and say for MBBS it was 96.90. So this is how we can see the maximum cat score within each degree. Similarly, I would request you to please try for some mean, standard deviation, etc. You will find this group by functionality very useful because it helps you to get different you can just slice and dice your data into respective group, and then you can apply the necessary statistical method whatever you want to get the information on. For example, there's another quick trick. Say if you want to just see what the average height of females and males in the class, so it's very simple. You will just group your data by gender and then you will say give me the mean of height. Okay, so if you run this, you will see the average height of female is 157 while for male it is 165. Okay, now till now we have seen that we were grouping our data by respective column labels. If we want, we can also provide ad hoc labeling and then group the data. So for example, say we want to group our data where we want to just take first three and group them into one set. So say we have cat score with three elements semester A. So we have we have four values here. So there are four records. Now suppose we want to take the average of first three. We want to create a group of first three records and then we want to have record fourth into another group. So what we are going to doing here is we are providing group by, and rather than providing a column name, say gender as we provided last time, what we are doing is we are providing on the fly list. Okay, so we are saying this is going to be the new group label while creating the group. So take first, second and third record under group 1 and then fourth record under group 2 and then sum them up. Okay, so before we actually do group by, let me first print the actual raw data. So there are four records here, 0, 1, 2, 3. We are grouping these three together, okay, because we have provided the same label 1 to them, and then the fourth record would be left out because it is different. So sum for fourth would of course remain the same because it's a single record, but for other three we will get the addition. So let's run and see the output. So as you will see, first three records have been added for cat score semester and semester B, and the fourth record, because it's just single record, it remains the same. So this is very useful because if you don't want to go with a specific column name, or at runtime you just want to use a specific um, grouping mechanism, you can provide the labels accordingly. For example, if rather than 1 we would have given it 2, then now the new group would have been of row number record 0 and 1, and then record 2 and 3. Okay, so let's run it. So you'll see this time the second group has summation of last two, and the first group have summation of first two, right? So with that we have seen group by. Now let's move on to renaming of columns.